Hello, hello, hello! Everybody! It is I! Dun 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 dun! The Rainbow Sheep! Hello everyone, it's I, the Rainbow Sheep. You may also call me Linda. I'm an artist, gamer, and random noisemaker, and tonight we are playing D&D! Welcome, Kuro. How are you doing? Welcome, everybody. I want to explain a few things before we get started, before I undeafen myself and you can hear all my wonderful people who I am playing with. Just so you know, if you see my character, as you see on the left side of the screen, if you see the mouth not moving, that means I am talking to stream directly, and when the mouth is moving of the character, it means I am talking in character, or to my fellow players. I'm very excited to be playing with this group again. It's a really great group. I am going to have them all introduce themselves, and I think that's really it. I hope you all enjoy. The name of the campaign is the Razorcrest Isles. Alright, now I will unveil my people! Hello!
Dun 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 dun.
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone, this is our wonderful party. I guess I can have you all introduce yourselves, starting with the wonderful DM.
Oh god, we're starting with me? That's a little bit excessive. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Will. I am the DM for the session here. I am going to try and keep it, moderately light-ish, but, we'll see what happens.
Bryn, what about you next?
I'm Bryn. You probably know me from Rainbow Sheep's Twitch chat.
Big
Hi, friends.
Wait, we can't say that anymore, right?
I'm not that. I'm a big friend.
No, I thought Twitch banned that. Have they unbanned that?
I don't know anything about this.
Hey everyone, my name is Michael. I'm not sure what Twitch is, but hello to new friends out there. Very excited to be playing here, and very excited to be on the stream. So, hello.
And everyone's favorite, James, because everyone comes to my stream for James, and not me.
Hi, it's me, James, the main attraction.
The main man.
That's me, and I'm also the voice in the background, but Linda's on push to talk, so I can't intrude that way.
But you can just go and scare her at any point.
I wouldn't do that.
I might ask you to, though.
I wouldn't do that.
That's fair.
Yeah, he knows not to do that. He already makes me cry enough. I'm just kidding.
She's not kidding.
Linda! Starting up strong here. This is a really good representation of the shitposting we do. So a little bit of bookkeeping on my end here for everybody who's watching. Today we'll be playing with a dynamic initiative system in 5th edition, so instead of taking individual turns, it's going to be group initiative. Everybody has already rolled for me ahead of time, and I will be using that for the entirety of the session. Anybody can take any allied turn, and they can switch around however they need every combat round. Otherwise, they can push their luck. Every time they roll a d20, if they feel like they want to get a little bit more out of it, they can roll another time, and I get a bad luck point that I get to use later on. Otherwise, I'm ready to start whenever you guys are.
I was born ready 14 years ago.
I almost forget about that, but then I look over at the Discord every time. I think if nobody has anything else, I'm going to pull us in here. I'm going to start with Vesper. Vesper, you rolled into the town of Venarius about 3 days ago. It is a calm, peaceful little farming town off in the west coast of one of the Isles. Your journey here was nothing announced. It was a quiet, easy path. You were on a merchant's caravan coming out of here. Some selling, some buying going on. And you've been staying over in the inn for the past couple of days, the Barley Beholder, which, if you're looking on the map, that building right there. It's nothing too much to speak about. It is a very simply decorated area. Couple of tables, a very minimalistic bar selection. They've got simple meads, wines, and a couple of hard ales that are a bit more on the sweeter side. There are a couple of apple orchards on the west side of town that they make a nice apple mead out of. But it's otherwise a pleasant environment. You're inside the tavern as my music cuts out. And please describe yourself.
Okay. Well, there's my picture that you can see on the screen. Anyway, I am probably just sitting at the table, reading a book, and or writing in a journal. Probably writing in my journal, and I have a little mouse sitting on my shoulder. And I am in Earth Genasi. I have this blue skin and silver hair, and I'm just hanging out with my little mouse. I'm wearing like a sweater, like a pink sweater, and a cute little skirt, like pleated skirt. And just writing in my journal, maybe drinking like a rosé.
Okay. So as you're sitting in the bar, drinking a rosé, it's, kind of in the late afternoon on this day. We're, in a nice, cooler season at the moment. The crisp fall air is kind of breezing in and out the open windows of the bar. And Jasnah, you are arriving in town today. So, up from the north end of the city, you've been traveling. Have you been on your own, or did you come in on a caravan?
So, quick note, DM. It is pronounced Jasnah.
Jasnah, I will make note of that.
Of course, thank you, DM. Jasnah tries to avoid strangers as much as possible. So, she has been traveling on her own.
Okay. So, as you are on your journey, the road is long when you're on your own. You weren't able to quite afford a horse before you came out, so you've been walking the distance. It's been a couple of weeks since you've been in a town. You're partially looking forward to being able to rest in a bed for the first time, but there's that mild anxiety that hits your chest like it does every time you walk in. The town is quiet, though. It's a little bit more laid back than the last few that you've been in. Not quite so many people, not quite so much hustling and bustling on the streets. And as you make your way down the winding northern road onto the main bureau, you see yourself in front of the Barley Beholder.
Excellent. Would you like me to describe Jasnah?
Yes, please. As you enter the door, Vesper, you'll be seeing Jasnah enter. Please describe yourself.
Of course. Well, approaching the door to the Barley Beholder, biting my lip in a little bit of anxiety, I grab open the door and silhouetted, standing at about 5'9". Complexion is mostly a tawny, darker reddish brown, dark black raven hair, pulled up a bit messy, and dark violet eyes. She's currently clad in pockmarked bronze-colored armor with geometric sort of designs inscrolled upon it. It is armor that has definitely seen better days and has seen its fair use. And though the presence might be there physically for Jasnah, the demeanor is a bit timid and unsure, just trying to bite back that anxiety. Well, my lips, they're a bit chapped. Okay, Jasnah. Just go to the bar, and Jasnah is going to get a drink. Okay, so Jasnah will self-assuredly walk up to the bar and say, "Hello, may I please have whatever is most usual here, please?"
Okay, so as you do this, a green-skinned individual, couple of shorter tusks on the lower jaw, will turn around from a cask and look at you. When you say usual, do you mean something more like ale, mead, wine? We kind of do a bit of everything. There's not really a specialty or a usual here. What's your preference?
I will. I don't know what mead is. I will try that then.
It's kind of a sweeter alcohol. It's popular with the younger kids, the ones who just get started. Yeah, sure. That's gonna be 3 copper.
A pleasure. Thank you very, very much. And I'll slide over 3 copper.
Yeah, and as he clasps it in his hand on the table, he'll slide it down into a pouch hanging around his waist. Looks very much like a modern fanny pack, but with a couple of change dispensers on it as well. And he's just going to turn around, grab a fresh mug off a shelf, and from a smaller cask with a kind of hickory look to the wood, a small spout's just going to pour down into your glass, and then he's going to slide it back over to you. Pleasure doing business. And he's going to walk back down the bar. As you're about to take your first sip, we'll move over to Farwin. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
That's right.
All right. So, Farwin, how long have you been in Venarius? Or have you just arrived as well?
I think I actually just walked into the edge of town. I was looking around. There's a lot of houses. I'm not used to this. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, no, it's a lot closer packed than where you're from. It's interesting to say the least. There are a couple of larger bridges that cross over the river on the east and west side of town. The main river kind of has a dreary, not dreary, that's not the best word, but a lull to it as it passes over. It ripples every now and then as the rocks underneath move and shape how the river flows. Where is Farwin most excited about going and seeing in a new town?
I mean, everything really. I think I'd probably just sort of maybe run down the street a little bit and look around. I want to go to the bridge, actually. I've never seen a bridge in town. Usually they're small and, you have to get over a river or something like this. But through a town, I just wouldn't build a town by a river, I guess, because a bridge seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, so as you bolt down the street straight through, you're passing by people carrying carts, you pass by a couple of stalls selling fresh fruit. There are sounds of people coming all around from the town, and you make your way to the west end towards the farm fields up onto the bridge. The bridge is about 60 feet across. It's made of a denser oak wood. It comes about 30 feet above the water. You can get a nice view of the landscape across the east side of town. All of the houses meticulously crafted. They are by no means lavish, but they are still fine crafting going on there. And there is, in this late afternoon, early afternoon time, you feel a nice cool breeze go through your hair as you look over, and the town is at your disposal. You're able to explore as much as you're able.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the center of the bridge where it's at its highest, and I'm gonna climb up onto the railing, and I'm gonna look out at the town.
Yeah, so as you climb up on the railing, it's just a little bit higher up there, and
Oh, wow.
there are a couple of things you notice right off the bat. To your left, on the north side of town, there's a larger stone building, which is a little bit abnormal for this town itself. Most of the buildings seem to be wood. This one catches your eye particularly because there's a statue standing outside of it of an individual, womanly in figure, more defined muscular features on her. Face is partially covered over the right eye and across the right ear in a mask of some sort, and a thick broadsword in her right hand, kind of at chest level with the hilt, stabs down into the structure that holds the statue in place. It is very evocative of, for us who live in the real world, it's just kind of like the statue of blind justice, but a bit more, strong and sword, obviously, not scale.
Whoa. I look around. Do I see like a tavern or like a gathering place?
Actually, yes, you do. Directly next to that big stone building, you see a larger building, larger than the rest of them in this row of buildings that you see here. It is a little bit quaint, at least by the town's standards. By your standards, this is one of the largest buildings you've ever seen.
Wow, that's one of the largest buildings I've ever seen.
The roof is thatched, and it's got full wood across the top. There are tiles keeping things in place. It looks to be some sort of metal contraption hanging off the side. You don't know what it's for. And on the front, there is a sign that says the Barley Beholder.
The Barley Beholder? What's a beholder? I gotta check it out. And I'm just gonna roadrunner over there.
Yeah, so I like to imagine you run on the railing until you get to the edge of the bridge
absolutely.
and you hop off there and just scoot along the side of the road and whip around to the door.
Yeah.
Finally getting to the door itself isn't really truly a full door, but nonetheless you're able to swing it open and make your way in. And from there we're going to cut over to Juju. Juju, what are you doing today?
Well, I had probably been in town for a couple days. I like to take my time and see all the sights. So, I'm probably somewhere, probably on a rock or something, sketching, taking in what's left that I can find that's different and unique about this place.
Absolutely. So on the east side of town, there is a larger rock formation north of the river that is really good and gives you a wide landscape of the entire town. Across the river from you is a simple blacksmith, smoke billowing out of the chimney. Obviously, the smith is at work today. And further beyond, there is a large stone mansion behind a thick stone wall. Slightly dilapidated at this current time, but notable to your eye, and I feel like you would have done a couple sketches of it in the past couple of days while you've been here.
Yeah, when I was feeling a little goth that day, I decided to do some sketches of this dilapidated building.
Yeah, it's the worst repair you've ever seen. You've been to a couple of towns since you left home, and it's still a very nice, beautiful home. Just seems like nobody's taken care of it in the past couple of years, and it's let itself go to waste. But at this point, the sun is beginning to crest more towards the later afternoon, and your light for drawing is kind of dimming. It does make if you were looking at the sky, a wonderful portrait there, but the town itself is hard to draw in the dimmer light of the late afternoon and early evening.
Well, it seems like a good time for me to maybe go have a fruity drink somewhere.
Yeah. You've, for the past couple days, been staying over at the Barley Beholder. Your room itself, you splurged a little bit and got something on the second floor so you could get a nicer view of the river. And you've mostly had a lot of privacy. Not too many travelers come through to Venarius. It's a welcome change of pace. There are not many people asking about your appearance, what you're doing. Yeah, so we'll flash back here. As far when you run in, a couple of people immediately stand out to you aside the normal commoners. There is the, kind of, medium blue Earth Genasi and the more olive-toned, woman in armor that you see at the bar itself, kind of away from everybody else. And a couple minutes after you come in, Juju, you will enter in the Barley Beholder, and a couple of patrons are coming out as you go. Oh, no worries, ma'am. Just trying to get out. As you kind of bump shoulders with one of them on accident as you're trying to get back to your room.
Well, I would probably go to my room and put whatever art supplies I had taken out with me, and then I would go back down to the tavern.
Yeah. And going back down to the tavern, you would see a couple of new faces that you hadn't seen before. I feel like you would have gotten here maybe a day or two before Vesper and noticed her coming in, but haven't really had a chance to sit down and interact yet.
I think Farwin probably when he got there, he like ordered like an apple cider or something like that, because he is not of drinking age.
Yeah. So if you wiggle your way up to the bar, you kind of take a step onto the stool and sit yourself down. Your head only coming a little bit above the bar itself.
I'm 5'5".
Oh, you're way taller than me.
Okay, 5'5". Just imagining a little bit shorter in my head.
Still growing, but
Yeah,
5'5".
why are you taller than me too?
Why y'all so short?
I'm a boy.
Why is the child taller?
I'm 14. I'm not a child.
That being said, you sit down at the bar, and the bartender, as you sit down, how you doing, kid? I'm gonna tell you ahead of time, we've had a couple people ask. No, we do not serve anybody under the age of 23.
Do you have apple juice?
I've got a hot cider. Does that pique
Perfect.
your interest?
Yes, absolutely. I'll take one.
Alright, and he's gonna just call over his shoulder. Hey, Barney! Give me a hot cider! And, a couple moments later, a, kind of paler human is gonna walk out with a smaller mug and set it down on the table, a little bit of steam coming up and out of it. It's gonna be 2 copper for you, kid.
Yeah, I will give him 2 copper.
As soon as Farwin walks in, I stop writing, and I don't move, but the mouse on my shoulder just starts staring at you and following you. And I don't move, but the mouse.
I'm going to quietly enjoy my apple cider, my hot cider,
Right.
until I see Juju.
Okay, yeah. So, let's move over to Jasnah. You have just had a 14-year-old walk up to the bar. How many seats do you sit away from Jasnah?
Does she look sad
That's a great question for
or
you.
grumpy?
Do you look sad and or grumpy?
I would say Jasnah looks sad, grumpy, not super thrilled, and about to order a second maid. So all of the
Seats.
above, please.
So with that information, how close are you sitting?
5 seats.
5 seats? Okay. So Jasnah, you see this energetic kid kind of run past you, jump up on a stool, and ask the bartender for an apple cider. And it's kind of like whiplash. Usually, kids aren't this energetic. They play in the streets, but seeing one at an inn is kind of weird.
Kids also usually are not carrying a glaive.
That is also a fair point of mention, that on the back of this 14-year-old child is a long glaive.
I suppose the labor laws are a little stricter if he's out and about still at this time and not in the fields. Also, that glaive needs a cover. Excuse me, small boy, you.
Yes, hello, sad lady.
So, you should point that down. You're going to hurt someone.
No, I'll be all right.
How long have you had that? Small
I've been
boy.
training with this for 10 years.
Perhaps the child labor laws are the same here, then. Okay, just be careful. Don't hurt anyone with that.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'll be alright. Thanks, though. You're nicer than you look.
I will take that as a backhanded compliment. Thank you very much.
What's that mean?
Enjoy the cider.
I am.
So, Juju, midway through this conversation, you come back down from your room.
I spit out my cider the moment I see her. In surprise.
And Juju, now that you are in the presence of everybody else, please describe yourself.
Yeah. So, I'm a satyr. I have light caramel skin with yellow horns and blue hair that fades into a light green, as well as the blinding, brightest green eyes you've ever seen.
So you walk down the stairs, back down to the inn's first floor, and a 14-year-old just absolutely spits everything he has in his mouth onto the counter, and the barkeeper's going, come on, kid, that's...
Wow, you're so colorful!
Yeah. I like color. Do you need help with your mess? I'm sorry.
I guess. I guess if there's like a napkin or something, I'll help clean it up.
Yeah, there are some napkins on the counter. You spit on a few of them in front of you, so you'll reach a little bit further over and grab some and just start wiping down.
Yeah, I'll also drop another copper on the counter, just to make good for it.
The orcish fellow behind the counter will just go, don't worry about it. He'll slide the copper back to you.
I will re-accept my copper.
So, you look really young, but you're big. Or at least bigger than me.
Well, maybe you're just small. I like your ears. Are they real? Can I touch them?
Well, I guess since you asked, you
Touch your
can.
ears. Yeah, so I just sort of reach out and like grab your ear and like tug it a bit to the point of like mild discomfort but not pain. And I'm like, wow, you must hear everything.
Sometimes.
Are these horns real?
Yeah, but,
Your hair?
please don't poke your eye out.
Your tail is so long.
Please don't pull that.
I wouldn't do that. Does it make it hard to walk? Can you do any cool tricks with your tail?
Sometimes I trip over it, but that's only when I'm not paying attention.
As this conversation is happening, the barkeeper is gonna just kind of slide down closer to where you are, Jasnah, and just say, kids are really weird these days. I can't tell what age he is, so I guess it's that time for him, but...
Wait.
Ears and horns. Kind of a weird fixation.
Oh, forgive me. You said kid. I wasn't sure if you were speaking about the satyr or the small boy.
That's honestly fair.
Yes, it's okay. Do children always come in here to drink?
I mean, kid's not drinking. Kid's got apple juice, basically.
Good to know. Say, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
That, pale-skinned woman, don't look. Does he look immediately?
He's not gonna look. But question for you, Vesper. Would you have exchanged your name with the barkeep?
Yeah, of course, we've met.
Okay, yeah. The one over there, and he'll point with his finger and tap it on the counter a few times. What was her name? Start with a V. Vesper? and he'll just lean back. Hey, your name's Vesper, right?
Oh, no, don't.
Still remember it.
It's
You good?
okay.
Need another drink?
Sure. Thank you, Havis.
Yeah, you got it. And he'll just get a glass of rosé, and he'll just a second here, and he'll walk it around to Vesper, place it down, and wait for a moment for you to pay. It's $4.
Yeah, I hand it over.
Yeah, and he'll just thank you, and he'll slip it into his fanny pack coin holder and slide back around to Jasnah.
Subtle, indeed. I was going to ask you, the mouse. Have you noticed that thing is just not moving and staring? Does that happen a lot here?
I mean, with regular mice, no, but that mouse is weird. I'm not gonna. Well, that's probably rude to. I don't know if it's rude to her, but I've only ever seen it either on her shoulder or in her pouch, coming out onto her shoulder.
I send the mouse down and over and up, and it waves.
That mouse just waved at me.
It did indeed. It did indeed. Strange mouse. DM?
Yeah.
This mouse seems shifty. May I please roll a religion check to see if I get any vibes? Vibe check.
You may vibe check the mouse.
Vibe check my mouse.
Okay, here we go. It's an 8.
Yeah, you take a good. You look over and you're trying not to draw too much attention to the fact that you're looking over at the mouse, but
The mouse is right in front of her.
the mouse went over.
Oh, you
to
sent it over to me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I did not understand
Yes,
that.
the
bit.
mouse
Yeah.
ran
Oh.
over.
So yeah, the
and went
mouse.
in between you
So
two and
you
waved.
kind of lean down and look at the mouse. You kind of cock your head a second, and the mouse will cock its head back at you, and you go kind of back and forth for a second. As you're a bit more versed in the religious end of things now more than you previously were, but to your telling, it's just a mouse.
Just the mouse that can stand up and wave and mimic my motions. Yes, just a mouse indeed.
I mean,
And-
it's definitely weird, but there's nothing immediately supernatural about the mouse that you notice.
Then I'm gonna whip around real quick on my stool. Is it a stool? Does it spin?
For sake of it, yes, it spins.
You! Is this mouse a product of an infernal machination? Speak truthfully.
What do you mean by that? Their name is Basil. They're very nice. Be nice to Basil.
The infernal mouse. Its name is Basil.
Yeah. Yeah, their name is Basil. This is just a mouse. It does what I tell it to. It's very nice.
Basil will just kind of squeak on the table a little bit, and there's a crumb of something that's on the table, and just kind of reach down and grab the crumb and just eat the crumb.
Oh, I don't like that.
And the barkeep Havis will just and he'll start waving his towel at the mouse to get off his counter.
I'll call it back and have it come sit on my head.
Barkeep, I have ascertained that the mouse is not a threat to the bar. I apologize for the inconvenience and for my outburst. To you as well, Miss Vesper.
It's fine. I didn't quite catch your name there.
My name is Jasnah.
Jasnah. Well, you gonna be staying here long, Jasnah?
Jasnah.
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 I appreciate that you put in the effort.
Listen, it's different dialect, I'm assuming.
Yes, very non-specific.
Yeah. You come up from north end, don't you?
Indeed, I suppose it was my very warm disposition that gave that away.
I mean, I was more guessing from the accent, but that's. We don't get many people up from the north. It's honestly a hard journey. You coming with a caravan? Didn't think anybody was coming in today.
No caravan, sir. None at all. Just myself, and I will take you up on that offer for lodging, if you have a lodging available.
Yeah, it's How long are you looking to stay?
Just a day.
Just a day?
Try to keep on the move.
Well, since you came here on your own, you came here on your own? That's a long journey. I mean, closest town, maybe 5-6 days.
I know, it was wonderful. I didn't see anyone.
Well, you're in the right place to not be seeing many people. We're not that big a town here, so price of your meat off, let's just call it, 6 copper. Complimentary.
That is quite kind of you, and I shall be sure to pay this blessing for at some point in the future. Do me a favor, let's make it 8, and I'll purchase a drink for the nice Vesper lady with her Basil mouse.
Alright, yeah. Hey, Vess, you good with a mead or an ale? Lady here's buying.
I'll pack up, the book that I was drawing in, or not drawing, but, writing in, and I had some other books just, scattered all over the table, and I'll pack it up, and I'll come sit next to you with Basil still on my head.
Alright, and now...
If she's buying,
alright,
I'll just have a cup of tea.
We'll flip back to Juju and Farwin.
Look at these squiggles on your arm.
Tattoos?
Can you see without your glasses? They're so big.
How about we sit down? I feel weird kind of just standing and you asking me 20 questions.
Do you have flowers in your hair? The flowers in your hair, are they fresh? Do you have to replace them every couple of days? Do you water them? Does that get your hair wet? Or do you just do it when you bathe? Do you satyrs have to bathe more or less often than humans?
So as the drink gets poured for Vesper, this conversation, mind you, been going on the whole time as you two have been, going back and forth on this.
Can you feel your hooves?
It's been about 2 minutes now.
As soon as I sit back down at the bar, Basil refocuses on Farwin.
And 2 things. I'd like Farwin to make a perception check to see if you notice the mouse doing that. And Cavis is gonna scoot over to you and kind of bonk you on the top of the head.
15.
Listen, kid. A 15? You definitely notice that the mouse is watching you.
Okay, can I also juke the bonk?
Just make me an acrobatics check real quick. It's not gonna be a hard DC.
I didn't do well. 9.
9? Okay, let me still better than what he rolled. So he goes down to give you a light chop, and you just switch out of the side. Not gracefully, mind you. You push yourself immediately into Juju and kind of wobble into her a bit. And he goes,
I'm so sorry.
Damn it, kid. Listen, I appreciate you're curious, but it's not quite too nice to play 20 questions with a lady.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Listen, it's fine.
I actually don't mind. It's just I just get a little overwhelmed. Can I get a drink with a lemon in it?
I just haven't really met other people before. It was really just me and the other kids at the orphanage and Ma and Pa. So this is my first time seeing someone with horns.
Well, I
They're
appreciate
so
that.
cool.
But, let's maybe keep the horn chatter down a little bit. It do got some other patrons who are not to say they're not most kindly, but they're if you're shouting at the front of the bar, they're probably gonna ask you to stop. So I'm gonna
Yay,
tell you a bit nicer than they
whispers.
will.
Who makes your horn jewelry?
And while he's asking
You
that,
got like little thingies on the end of your horn. right?
Travis will just slide you over. Did you want like a water with lemon, or because
No, like
I'm
an
assuming
alcoholic drink, but lemon. She needs to calm down a little
Okay.
bit.
yeah, no. So he'll just slide you over a slightly watered down ale with lemon juice in it. It takes him a second to get it, but he will slide it over to you and just say, "Juju, you don't gotta play along, right? Child. Politeness goes one thing, but there's a bit where it becomes a little, overreaching."
Oh yeah, no, I didn't mean to. And then he like mid-sentence locks eyes with the mouse. And like the target of his curiosity is shifted.
Their name is Basil. They're very nice.
Hi, Basil. And I wave.
It waves back.
That's the coolest mouse ever. Wow.
I know.
Can I shake his hand?
There. It's
Can I shake their hand?
Yes. Of course. And
Farwin.
they'll send Basil over, and they'll just stick up their little paw.
Farwin very gently grabs the paw and shakes it.
Yeah, you grab it between like your index and thumb, and you just kind of like just a little bit up and down, just so you don't like whip the mouse back and forth.
That's so cool. You guys are the first friends I've ever had.
Friend?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you talking about me or my mouse?
Why not both?
Okay. This person is our friend too. She bought me a drink, so now we're all
Oh,
friends.
it's the no, it's the no.
She does seem nice.
I
I heard your conversation earlier. She seemed very pleasant. She was protecting you.
She just needs to be cheered up a little bit.
I am
We should have a party.
the party. Oh, this is, oh.
Wait, I've never been to a party.
Neither have I.
I will say, as your conversation continues to spiral, the night draws on a little bit later, and the evening sun dims to red and slowly moves into a cooler tone as the sun begins to fade to the horizon. Coming in through the door, you will see a taller human woman wearing in lighter leather armor, a metal pauldron emblazoned with a symbol that none of you quite recognize, and a sword, a dagger, and a shield strapped to her back and sides. And she'll just walk up to the bar. "Hey, Havis, you got a minute here?" And she'll kind of motion with her finger for him to pop over. And Havis will say, "Oh, yeah, right, yeah. You guys good for a minute while I no more drinks for right now?"
Yes,
I'm
thank
fine.
you.
All right, good. If you need anything, just give me a minute, right? And I'll walk over. "What can I do for you, Helena? It's rare that you like to come in here. You're not much of a drinking sort. Something going on?" And the woman, Helena, is going to say, "Well, yeah, there's something weird's been going on, and I just be careful tonight, next couple nights. I'm gonna patrol a bit more, but there's something going on with Reston, and he's been acting off. And after the whole business last week with Matthias going missing, it's not a good time to be out at night, let's say. So, you get anybody new in, just And mind you, she's having this conversation just loud enough where you guys can hear her. All of you have decent enough passive perception where she's kind of whispering, but not too quietly. Just, yeah, new people, just let them know that the town's protectorate said there's a curfew for, let's say, hour past sunset. And if they're staying at the inn, they gotta be in their room or in with you. And then they're not allowed out unless they're escorted by, either me or somebody else who is authorized. That's a bad term for it. But if they're with, like, Santiago or maybe even Sevenra, and that'd be fine. But don't let people out on their own tonight. And he'll just kind of lean back a little bit off the bar where he'd been. Oh, well, shit, that's kind of heavy. Right, yeah. I saw Reston yesterday. He was good yesterday. He was just doing his thing. He did look a little worse for wear. He looked like he hadn't combed through his hair in a minute, but that's... when... You can't blame a man for a bad hair day, can you? Just, don't come down on him too hard, right? He's having a hard time right now. So if he's acting weird, just cut him a little bit of slack, maybe. And she'll just kind of pause at that.
You will, as I lean over, I offer my sincerest apologies. I could not help but overhear. Is there a danger to this town? Are we safe indoors?
I really should have checked my volume a bit more. No. Well, no. Do I know you? And she's just gonna kind of look you square in the face. You're new in town, yeah?
Yes, we have never met.
My name's Helena. I'm the protectorate in the town.
Pleasure, Helena. I'm just passing through.
Yeah, we're just travelers wondering if there's anything, maybe we could do to help. We just, if there's any trouble, we'd love to help out. Can I roll persuasion?
You may at disadvantage.
Well, I rolled a 1 with my first roll, so this dice is off the list.
All right, well, so as you say that, she's just gonna hold up a finger to you. As much as I appreciate the offer, you are a child.
Aww.
And that's not to say there's nothing wrong with being a child. Everybody has to start somewhere, but you're not signed on with the protectorate. I can't ask you to do that kind of thing. It's my job to keep the town safe here. To answer your question, and she'll point back to Jasnah, there's no immediate danger that we know of. It is just a little bit weird outside right now. So I will ask that you maybe just stay inside for the night. And if you're only staying for now, that's totally fine. But just keep yourself safe. Keep your wits about you. And know that if you hear 3 rings on the bell, that means you absolutely need to come next door. And you need to hole up in the town hall with me. You understood?
Don't have to tell me twice. And I'll finish off my mead.
Alright, well, nice meeting you, just passing through. And,
Oh, her name's Jasnah.
It's a bit more of a Jasnah.
That's what I said, right?
You are very close. You did a great job.
I'll try harder next time. I'm sorry.
well, y'all, are y'all together?
We're
Yeah.
all best
No.
friends.
Alright, well, I'm getting mixed signals here.
Ignore Jasnah. We're all best friends.
We're best friends. She's just shy.
Best friends?
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, well, while y'all figure that out, just keep an eye on each other tonight. I don't know if y'all staying together, y'all traveling together, doesn't matter. I've seen you a couple days ago. Don't remember your name, and she's gonna point at you, Vesper. Seen you for about a week now. Juju, yeah?
Yeah, that's me.
Right, yeah. You sit over by the blacksmith a lot, yeah?
Yeah, I tend to wander around a lot.
Alright, well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's... By the way, pleasure meeting y'all. Just, if you need anything, if you can't find me on the street, you'll find me next door. I'm generally around. Or you can try and find me with my disciple Andre. They are usually somewhere around here. So, yeah, that's about the long and short of it. I gotta get back. Just stay in here. Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
We appreciate the warning, Helena. Thank you.
Alright, well, and she'll point at Habas. You keep an eye on these folks. Keep them safe, yeah? You give me a holler if you need me. And I'll just go, alright, yeah. You're the boss, Helena. And she will promptly turn heel and step out. And she's her armor will shift a little bit and clang, and you'll get a better look at the symbol. It is a half crescent, a little bit jagged on the open end, a circle in the center, and 3 lines pointing towards it from the inside, one on the top, one on the bottom, and one from the closed half.
Basil is going to follow her out.
Okay, Basil follows Helena out. I'll get that to that shortly. Habas will kind of slide back over to you. Hey, sorry to impose on you that you stay in tonight. It's the boss's orders, yeah? She's usually pretty in her rights when she says that kind of stuff. It's not often, but every now and then, better to just keep indoors at night. Never know what's out there.
Havis, you can continue to ensure my safety if you bring me another drink. Thank you.
Yeah, drinks are always pouring here, at least as long as I'm awake. But that's for another couple hours here.
And you might as well bring one of the apple things for the young boy. And
all right.
Bring something for Juju. You said it was?
Yes, that's me.
Pleasure.
All right, round coming up, I guess. Yep, and he'll shout back one more time. Hey, we got 3 orders coming up, and he'll just rattle off what you said or what he'll rattle off what you all had previously ordered, and coming out, you'll get a hot cider. He'll pour out another drink with lemon, and he'll just get you another simple mead. A couple more hours pass. It is the early nighttime now. It is quiet, calm. You can hear the sound of crickets in the air, and it's a pleasant night. How long do you guys stay up for?
How long was Basil gone?
What exactly did you command Basil to do?
To follow that lady until for 100 feet, and then if she kept walking, just turn around and come back.
Okay, yeah. Basil will just skitter out behind her, and you'll see Helena walk out, and she'll walk east down the river, and she'll kind of be calling up and down. At least you will get this relayed from Basil, that she was calling up and down the river. Everybody just keep inside tonight if you can, alright? No unnecessary travel. Let's all get all nice and cozied up. And then, 100 feet past, she will be out of range of what you told Basil to do. Basil will come back, relay that information. Only a couple minutes. Question remains, how long do you all stay awake?
Well, we're having a party, right?
Yeah, I stay up hanging out with my friends. This is the first time I've ever had a party.
Who needs rooms? We can have a sleepover down here.
Yeah!
We can get all the blankets from our rooms and put them down here and sleep on the floor.
That's such a good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't got no objections, but just and Havis will point over to the back left corner of the tavern area. Just sit on over there if you're doing that. It's a little bit more away from the, he'll gesture to the bar, the whole, drinking experience here.
Sure.
Gotta keep it presentable if anybody comes in. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna come in, but gotta keep it presentable if they do, yeah?
Do you want to hang out with us?
I'm gonna ignore that because I got work to do. But, y'all have fun. I mean, much fun as you can, but you get it.
Don't worry about us. We're all gonna have so much fun. Isn't that right, Jasnah?
Jasnah has just been like stone cold staring out into space this whole time. But really, she's thinking a lot on what was said about the danger and the curfew and the bells. I suppose I can sit next to the slumber party.
Great. So you all bring some blankets from rooms. You get yourself set up in the corner. Jasnah, you sit at the table next to what they're doing.
Yes.
I have Basil just running around Jasnah's feet.
There's a mouse at your toes constantly.
I don't like this. I don't like this. There's a devil mouse. I don't like this.
They're not a devil! Their name is Basil!
Can I make mine into a blanket fort?
Yes, you can. You're able to, stack a couple chairs up so the legs are facing up, so you can wrap a blanket around them and get them all angled, and you have a little fort that you make, and you're sitting down underneath. There's a couple pillows that you got there.
Come on, Farwin, come to my fort.
Okay. I'm gonna get in that fort.
All right.
It's so cool.
You scoot under the fort, and it reminds you a little bit of some of the nights you spent at the orphanage, where you all slept in one room, but you tried to make it fun as much as you could. So you occasionally made blanket forts like this, and all cozied up.
Yeah.
DM,
Yes.
Looking at the blanket fort, is there a check I can make to see if it's structurally sound?
Maybe just a general intelligence check.
Yeah, for sure.
And Juju, you're the one who made it. I'd like you to make just a dexterity check for me.
Blanket fort construction check.
DM, it's an 18 flat intelligence.
Okay. So 12. So Jasnah, you're looking at this blanket fort, and you see the chairs aren't quite lined up perfectly. They're a bit off kilter, and it looks like the blankets they piled on just a little bit too many on top, and it's slowly, but ever so slightly shifting one of the chairs. And it looks like in about 35 to 40 minutes, it will just topple on them.
As they're having fun in the blanket fort, I Jupin real quick, put a hand on both their shoulders. This blanket fort is structurally unsound. Come, I'll show you how to reinforce it. and out of my adventurer's kit, I'll grab some pythons and some rope
Okay.
and like brace the chairs and wrap them up against like the table legs and
Okay.
just ensure that the chairs don't slide.
Okay, yeah. You spend about a good 25 to 30 minutes showing them how to properly make effectively a tent instead of a blanket fort. It's a very informational lesson. It's just a lot of technical talk of, this here is the pivotal point. If you don't have this inside your structure, it won't stand.
And most importantly, if you do not reinforce the base, then you find yourself smothered by a blanket and you will suffocate within 40 seconds, flat.
Oh.
I can hold my breath for 45 seconds. Watch.
It's a very official, Jasnah. Thank you.
It is a pleasure. And I'll nod curtly.
And Farwin, as you hold your breath, 10, 20, 30, 40, you're getting a little hard, 41, 42, 43, and as you exhale, from outside, you hear a loud scream.
Oh, that wasn't me. Wait. Farwin pulls his glaive off his back.
You're gonna see Havis kind of look around. What? Hey! And he's gonna poke us out at the door. Everything all right? Hey! Anybody hear me? Just give me a shout, yeah? Lord, and he's gonna pull a whistle out from under his shirt, and he's gonna lean out the door and just blow the whistle as hard as he can. It's this tin whistle. It makes a sharp, shrill sound that echoes throughout the town.
I look at the three of them and say, stay in here. I'm going to go check it out.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll
not.
come with you.
We're coming with you.
That is...
I don't want to be alone.
That is the most tactically sound thing that has been said all night. Okay, fine. Follow along. And I'm going to start heading towards the front door.
Okay, are you all heading towards the front door?
Yeah.
I pull out my quarterstaff.
Havis has been looking out the door this time. He's standing in front of it right now. It's a bit of a wider entrance, so you could slide past him. Jasnah, you're leading the way as you just briskly walk out. He's hey, you did you not hear Helena? And are you acknowledging him at all, or?
I'll just turn around and say, Havis, when we return, I will knock 3 times and then I will knock twice, and you'll know that it is us. And then you can unlock the door and let us in. Are we agreed?
Are you out of your damn mind here? Helena said to stay inside, and now we're hearing somebody scream? That is very much a red flag.
Indeed. And I'll start walking towards the scream.
Yep.
Both Basil and I wave behind us.
Oh my god, all of you. Y'all get in trouble, it ain't on me.
I'm sorry.
3 times and then twice, Basil. Not Basil. Havis. I'll just yell over my shoulder.
He's just gonna kind of put his, the bridge of his nose between his fingers and just let out a deep sigh. Oh, Helena's gonna kill me. And he's gonna... Hey, none of you get any bright ideas. Do not follow them. As a couple of other patrons are, getting curious. Jameson? And that's the last thing you'll hear before you get out of verbal distance. It is the night air has chilled a bit now. And it's a very vibrant moonlight that comes down. Enough so where even though I think the only one of you who can technically see right now properly would normally be Vesper, but the rest of you are not having too hard of a time seeing. The dim, low light of the moon casts across the town and gives a dull shimmer to the river in between the two sides. From what you heard, the scream came from the east, towards where Helena had initially walked. what pace are you guys setting for yourselves? And are you trying to move in the open or more quietly?
What are you guys feeling?
If we want to be sneaky, I can make us sneakier.
You can?
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, you're so cool for so young.
Thanks. You go first.
Oh, okay. And I will use my Merge with Stone to cast my once daily Pass Without a Trace.
Hey.
Okay. So, if you are moving stealthily, I would like all of you to make a stealth check at this point, and please add 10 to it.
DM, I'm at disadvantage because I'm in half plate armor.
Big
Yes,
roll.
you are.
DM, it's a 17 for Jasnah.
Okay.
22 for Farwin.
What's your Farwin?
33.
33.
36.
Oh,
36. Wow.
Damn!
All right. So as Vesper, you kind of tap the heel of your right foot into the ground twice, and around all of you, a light kind of mist comes up from the ground, just covering your ankles. But one by one, as you begin moving, you notice a couple of faces in windows, but none of them seem to take even notice of you as you briskly, not quite briskly, but quietly move your way through the town. Moving closer to the source, you find yourselves. Let me point to you to exactly where you find yourselves. You walk down the main passage on the north side of the river, and on the street there is a left turn that leads to a larger shopping center, you could call it, where most of the stalls generally stand during the day. Some of them fall out of that normal area, but that's where a lot of them are. As you turn the corner, there's... After that scream, it's too quiet. I mean, especially for nighttime, there's usually the sound of, smaller critters, bugs, even just the sounds of people in their home. It's quiet. Keep walking for just a moment. And what catches your eye immediately? Can I get passive perception numbers from everybody real quick?
Sure.
14.
hold on.
12 for me.
12, okay.
Wait, how do you figure that out again?
So on your character sheet here, let me open up yours. If you scroll down below where your skills are, there should be right above your tool proficiencies a passive wisdom perception.
Oh, okay, 13.
13, okay. And for Vesper?
I'm also 13 and Basil is 10.
Okay. So Farwin would be the one to notice this first. As you're all walking by, Farwin, you step in something, and your boot, as you pull it up, it feels wet.
Ew.
And you look down, and you see kind of a muddy liquid on the ground. It's hard to tell in the moonlight, so you kind of crouch down closer to get a better look. And as you get, up to it face to face, a beam of moonlight kind of shimmers around from a cloud, and you see a dull red color.
Can I Arcana that thing, the goo?
Yes, you can.
Alright. +3. 12.
Okay. To your knowledge, there's nothing magical in nature about it. You take a look, and as Farwin stops, the rest of you kind of you were walking together, you stop for a second and you look back, and the rest of you will notice Farwin crouched over. Jasnah, you would be able to recognize this immediately, a pool of blood.
This is very bad. This is very bad indeed.
What is bad?
Farwin, don't touch your face. That is blood. Are any of you versed in tracking or versed in seeing things that I'm having a little trouble seeing? Forgive me, I'm but a human.
What do you need to see? I have no issue with the dark.
Can you see anything that looks dangerous?
Basil starts doing a perimeter, like 15 feet,
Yeah.
but just like looking around.
Are you looking through Basil's eyes, or are you... Okay, yeah. So, as you stand there, and Basil walks around, Basil takes a look at the pool of blood and goes around 15 feet. Make a survival check for Basil for me.
Hold on, I'm seeing what survival is.
Using Basil's seeds.
That's another natural 20
Jesus Christ. You
for
guys are
Let's
already
go.
a
killing it.
20.
With that natural 20, Basil will sniff the air a bit and kind of look past the pool of blood and skitter off a little bit. You'll see the mouse kind of pop off and move, and then through Basil's eyes, Vesper, you will see a smaller patch of blood that kind of looks like it's sunk into the ground and already starting to, dry a little bit. And next to it, one bloody footprint. No shoes. You see a heel, and you see 5 toes, humanoid. It's a bit thicker, and it implants deep into the soil. The soil is, it's not that rough. It's right off of a river, but it's compared to footprints that you've seen in the town prior, or footprints that you've felt for yourself, it's deeper. Almost as if whatever pushed off it was putting a bit more strength into their feet.
Which way is the footprint pointing?
It is going east in between the markets and the houses.
Okay. I, with one hand on Jasnah's shoulder, my other hand I point that way. And once we get to Basil, she climbs back up. They climb back
Okay.
up.
Okay. Juju and Farwin?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you two absolutely sure that you want to come along for this?
Yes.
Yes. It seems like we have to help somehow. I think.
I'll have to agree with you on this one. Okay. Well, Vesper, you're the one with the eyes. Please, lead the way.
Alright. You press forward. You can all see the first footprint as it's pointed out. There are a couple more, but then they stop. And they become lighter and lighter, but still there. And that natural 20 really did help you guys here. Passes through a couple of in-betweens on buildings and back onto the main street. As you turn a corner and look over, what you see immediately is a pair of shoes. But it's not just a pair of shoes, as it normally isn't. Looking past, you can see legs going up, torso, and another pool of blood. This one more pronounced, larger, and the body has a giant gaping wound on the neck. It looks as if something either clawed it, bit it, or did something. It's not made by a weapon. And that's easy enough for everybody to tell. Especially for Jasnah and Farwin. You've both trained with weapons enough to know that there is no weapon that can make a wound like that. And
Can I
you're
sense?
crunching.
Can I sense a heartbeat in that person?
If you are within your, what's the distance? If you are within 60 feet, you do not sense a heartbeat.
That's not good.
You do, however, this body is close by to a building. You do feel a footstep from around that corner.
There's somebody around the corner.
Oh, shit. Okay. DM,
Yes.
at this time, I'd like to extend my hand out and summon and materialize with like a whooshing sound apparating right in my hand is my packed blade.
Yep. And let me pull up your character sheet real quick so I know how to describe this weapon. There we go. Perfect. So, appearing in the hands of Jasnah, from the hilt, Jasnah will kind of just grip air and something will appear there. And drifting out slowly, you'll see the hilt expand into a crossbar, emblazoned with a symbol of the sun. A silvery, iridescent blade that gives off just a little bit of light extends out to the length of a long sword. Sharp and, at this point, immaculate.
I'll look over at Farwin. So you trained with that thing for 10 years, yes?
Yes.
Okay, well, you might have a chance to use it then now.
Vesper, you said there was a footprint?
No,
footstep?
there's a whole ass person just around the corner.
Don't freak out, okay?
I'm not
And
freaking
I'm
out.
going to spend 2 sorcery points,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Twinned Invisibility on me and Vesper.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
So there's a little crackle of electricity out of your hand as the spell twins, and you just tap onto Vesper, and Farwin, you and Vesper are now invisible. Juju, you, I think, are very surprised by this, because you have very minimal experience with people outside your college knowing any magic. So seeing 2 people disappear just off the bat, it's a bit weird. Jasnah, I don't know if you've ever seen much magic before at all.
I'm pretty fucking startled, and I look at Juju.
Where did it go? And I
I don't
take my
know.
brush and I start wiggling it around in their general direction.
Is Basil still floating on my shoulder?
You can actually see Basil just floating in the air, though.
You might have to leave Basil behind. I'm sorry.
I will
Okay.
never leave Basil behind, but they can go at my feet.
Okay. Let's go.
Right?
And actually, Farwin is going to, he has no shame, So he's gonna grab Vesper's hand, and he's gonna lead her. He's gonna try to grab Vesper's hand. Because we're both invisible.
Okay.
No, I guess I had to touch her.
You did.
So yeah, I could probably
Are
figure
you
it
going to
out.
maintain touch? Okay.
Yeah, just so we can move together.
All right. Yeah. You grab Vesper, and do you resist at all or no?
No.
All right. So you are able to walk towards there quietly. I would like you to make new stealth rolls for me at advantage, still with +10. And this is just for those two.
25.
Okay.
31.
Okay. There goes that die on. Alright. As you round the corner, Vesper, you feel another dull footstep. Heavy.
Over there.
And now you feel something, as you've gotten a little bit closer, dragging on the ground.
Oh, they've got somebody with them. We need to stop them now.
You do only feel one heartbeat.
Never mind. That person's already dead. We need to kill the
Oh
living
my
one.
god.
As you turn the corner, Corwin, what you see, and what you see out of Basil's eyes. I've described some of the people here as paler. Doesn't even compare to the skin tone. You can see veins through the skin. Long face, distorted. Hair, in some places, patchy, ripped out even. Kind of ears too far back and a little bit too large. Jaw wide, and you just catch a glint of a fang. Arms about down to the knees. Body is just disproportionate and very, 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 very pale. Clothing just around the waist area. There are some ragged pants that go down above the knees. It looks like there was once a shirt there, but it's since been too tattered at the top and fallen down across the pants on the waist. Eyes a deep yellow, glowing in the night. Hands about the size of what's a good comparison here?
Dinner plate.
You know, like Shaq's hands? They're like Shaq's hands,
Oh my god.
but with claws on them.
Ooh.
They're just abnormally large. And one more dull thud as it steps a little bit closer. And you see a ghoul. Not that you would know it as one. Its rancid tongue twisted out of its mouth. And as you are closer now, I will say that, Vesper, you don't feel the heartbeat out of the one that's standing up. You feel it out of the one that's being dragged.
Okay, the person that they have is still alive, which is really neat. We should maybe keep it that way.
And with this, how far away did you move from the other two? So let's say you guys were about 25 feet away from that corner before.
I feel like the other two should have moved up right to the corner.
That is a question for you two. So you hear a couple of quiet footsteps walking away from you to the corner, and then you hear nothing. You see nothing, you hear nothing.
Jasnah would have liked to follow, but if Juju stays in place, I'm not going to leave Juju by herself.
No, I would follow you.
Okay, so we'd follow along, maybe 15 feet back to not,
15 feet back.
yeah, not
What's
to
the
mess with
radius
their
on pass without a trace?
30 feet.
Okay. So you are still under the effect of the spell. I will let your stealth rolls pass for now.
Thank you. Very generous.
As you reach up to the corner and you peer around, you also now see a horrifying undead monstrosity dragging what seems like a young man by the neck with claws kind of inserted into it and just pulling him.
We've got to save him.
Basil comes back up and goes into Basil's mouse pouch. I don't want to see that. That's gross.
Since Basil was on the ground and is now moving up into the air on an invisible creature,
Behind him.
I would still like for you to make a stealth check for Basil.
Well, plus 10, so.
Let's go, Basil.
Stealthy mouse.
Stealth mouse.
Not bad. 25.
Let's go, Basil.
What? Holy cow.
Oh, pass without a trace.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That
pass
is
without
good.
traces, but
However, I did just roll a natural 20 on the perception check for this.
Ooh.
The skittering of the mouse. Basil is usually on the quieter end, but just a tiny squeak pops out as Basil hops up and onto you. And turning to truly face all of you. Let me pull you to a map here.
Can we take a pee break before we get into combat?
Yes, let me get us set up on the battle map, and then we'll take a quick 5-10 minute break.
Cool. See you all soon. Thanks.
Hello.
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 Looks like we got everybody back.
Can you all still hear me?
Yes, I can. God bless Nutella Kitty. Alright, I'm about set and ready here. Everybody good to go?
Let's go, gamer.
Alright, so we roll back in to the ghoul, kind of cracking its neck. And there is an audible cracking sound when it twists that fast. And it kind of leers down and in towards where it saw Basil before it popped into the pouch. Shake its head and go. And it's going to prepare to move forward. But first, we have our first allied turn. Who would like to take it?
I would like to take it.
All right, the invisible Farwind, what are you doing?
I'm gonna leap into the fray. I'm going to. I want to circle around it to behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And after doing a quick scan of the area, a quick left, right, I'm gonna attack.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
That's right. I am going to spin my glaive around and swing it through the air. Attacking, that is a 21 to hit.
A 21 will definitely hit, yeah.
Okay, and that is 1d10 plus 4. This is my d10. 10 plus 4, 14 damage.
14 damage, all right. As you reel back your glaive and spin it around ready to strike, the blade skitters out of invisibility, and there's an arcane fracture in front of you as the invisibility peels off your weapon, and blood spurts out of the ghoul's side as you pierce into its abdomen. The ghoul whips around once more.
Excellent.
And you have its attention.
That's absolutely great. With my bonus action, I would like to use my polearm master attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I did not roll well this time. That is an 8.
8 total, and 8 total will not hit.
8 total. Yeah, I rolled a 2.
So this
Alright.
time, as you peel it out, and
Wait. Would I have advantage coming out of stealth?
only on your first
Only
attack.
on the first one, that's fine.
It had a glaive stuck into it. It is very aware of your
Yep.
presence now.
Alright.
So as you swing the glaive back and out, an arc of blood is swishing off onto the ground off your blade. You try and arc it back down, and the ghoul jumps back a little bit and lowers itself to the ground, knees bent at, an angle, feet just on the pads of the toes, ready to jump at you.
How much movement do I have?
You only move about 5, 10. You move 15 feet, so if your movement is 30, you got another 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the other 15 to back up.
Okay.
That's 10, 15.
Alright, so you move your 15 feet, and that is the end of your turn.
Great.
Initiative count 10, the ghoul is going to look at you, and its eyes are going to glow a little bit, and it's going to howl into the air. And that will echo a little bit throughout the halls of the area you're in. Initiative count 9, allied turn.
I'll bonk.
Alright.
Okay. I need some details on the situation. Is the person that the ghoul is holding conscious?
I would say at a quick glance, you cannot tell whether they are conscious or not. From what you can tell, you can feel their heartbeats. They're alive. But anything more, I would ask for a medicine check.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. Within 60 feet, is there anybody else except my friends and this bad guy right now?
If you tap your foot into the ground and create a reverb, you can't immediately feel something within 60 feet right now, at this very moment.
Okay, I'm going to try to slide tackle the innocent person out of the ghoul's hands, please.
Okay.
Hey.
I would like an opposed athletics check from that.
18.
And 18 will do it. As you rush up invisibly, you slide in between the ghoul and its mark, and you kind of just bonk your fist into its arm, and as you do, the invisibility fades and crackles off of you. The ghoul whips down one more time, as now there is the claw that had been lodged jewel is pulled as you do this, and there are a couple of drops of blood that splatter onto your face from it.
And if I have any movement left, I will drag that person away.
Okay, you will be taking an attack of opportunity from this.
Okay.
Does a 22.
Okay, yes. One, yes.
I'm rolling well already, guys. Alright, let me do some damage here. You are going to take 6 slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
16.
Alright, you pass. You feel your muscles, a foul ichor bleeds into the wound, and your muscles in that area kind of just start locking up a bit, but after a quick moment it doesn't happen at all. Nothing comes of it.
Hey guys, there's a real ugly motherfucker over here.
And which way are you dragging the individual? You're dragging them west or east?
I'll keep going in the same direction my momentum was carrying me, so...
Okay, so closer to Foreman. Right. And as you lay hands on this person, you can tell that their breathing is ragged, shallow, and slow. Doesn't seem like they're conscious right now.
Okay, I'll save you next turn, buddy. Hang on.
Alright, next up, enemy turn. This ghoul that you just took a swing from. I really quick need to see if it's smart. It is Farwin. It's going to take a look at you since you're the one who injured it, and you're going to see it brace its legs and crack its foot into the ground, and it's going to close that distance very, very quickly as it runs directly up to you, and it is going to make 2 attacks against you. It's going to make 1 claw attack, and it's going to attempt to bite.
Okay, my AC is currently 10.
Oh.
No,
wow.
sorry, 12.
Oh,
12.
no.
I have
So-
dex bonus. Yeah.
Well, 2 20s, not natural, will hit you then.
I am not wearing armor. I'm just a youth.
Alright, so, I'm going to start with claw damage. You're going to take 5 slashing damage from it, and I need a
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep, let's see. Ooh, not good. 7.
A 7. Alright, I need to reroll one of these dice then, because you are now paralyzed before the second attack. So I'm going to quick see. 25. I don't hit a 20. I can still hit you though. So you will take 6, 7, 9 piercing damage from the second attack as the bite sinks into you on the shoulder, and it gnashes its teeth back, your blood trickling down your shirt, and the fangs kind of just glowing with your blood in the moonlight.
Okay.
That is going to end its turn. And then Jasnah and Juju, you will both hear something from around a corner nearby you. As from the north end,
Oh, yikes.
another horrifying pale creature comes around and gnashes its teeth, made aware to the sounds of combat. Angle it's coming at, you guys are, let me see how many feet away from that. You are out of the range of the pass without a trace. You are out in an open street. The ghoul can see you currently in the midst of combat. That is as far as it can get currently, as it just ran from a previous position. But that is that ghoul. Next up, allied turn, we have Jasnah and Juju who have yet to go.
Juju, you should join my friends. I'll cover our rear.
Okay, I guess that means I'll go.
Yes, it does. Take your turn.
I guess before I leave, I'm gonna bonus action and give Jasnah my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So as you are passing by, you quick take a look back at Jasnah, and Jasnah, there's this ephemeral feeling. This I don't know how to explain how it would feel, but there's this feeling in your gut that something good can.
Yeah, Juju, like, do you say something or do you just, like, pat my shoulder?
You're strong. This is scary. And then I leave.
That was very nice.
All right. With that, bonus action taken. Rest of your turn.
So on near Farwin, I am vicious mockery, which I like to imagine that Juju, when she's doing vicious mockery, it's more of like a she doesn't insult anyone too often, so if she does, it really does hurt. It's like you're ugly. Stupid.
Okay. As the words cross out of your mouth, a little whisper of arcane magic tears over, and inside the mind of the ghoul, Let me check the conditions for failure on this. Okay, yeah. So it is DC 14. It will fail. Please roll your psychic damage if it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Hell
As
yeah.
it will kind of just writhe its head back and shake it as your words echo in its mind.
The psychic damage is 4.
All right, perfect. Anything else you can do for your turn? All right, then last but not least, Jasnah.
Okay. I'm going to step up this way. Moving 5 feet to get line of sight. And taking up on Juju's lead, I'll say, yeah, stupid and ugly. And I'll put my palm forward and I'll manifest this like globule of like just like almost like haloed white but outlined by like deep black light and release that as a blast. And I'm gonna try to Eldritch Blast it.
All right, roll me your Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna blast.
Blast! Or blast it.
That did not.
That did not roll. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it.
We'll make sure it's programmed in properly.
It's a 16.
A 16 will just hit that.
Nice.
So as you curl out the energy from your fingers, the ball of, comforting white light gets encased in a black orb and radiates that dark energy that you're, starting to get familiar with in your hand. And it blasts out a streak of light across the nighttime. All of you kind of just catch it from the corner of your vision. And please roll your damage for me.
It is 9 points of force damage.
9 points of force damage. All right.
And then I'm going to take another 5 feet of movement and just be like back to back with Juju, watching around the corner, waiting for any action over there.
Okay, yeah, you've got your eyes peeled for that. Perfect. Initiative count 2. Let's see how many turns it's going to take this guy to get here. In the distance, you can hear more of the howling sounds, and there's more. You just don't know where or when they'll be here. Finally, initiative count 0. You're going to hear, much like the whistle that you heard at the inn, you're going to hear a similar whistle coming from nearby. And
What direction would that whistle be coming from?
Southeast.
Southeast? Okay, cool. And we
Yes.
can assume that north is like grid north?
Yes, north is grid north, yeah.
Ha, thank you.
Alright, initiative count 20, nothing happens. Allied turn, who wants to take it?
I would like to take it.
Alright,
Am I still paralyzed?
that is a great question. Let me check how this works. You are paralyzed for 1 minute, but at the end of your turn, you do get to make a saving throw.
Make a saving throw.
That's really bad.
That is
Yeah, it's
very, very bad for you. Please make your Constitution saving throw.
I will do that. Okay, that one's better. That's a 12.
A 12 will do it. As your muscles are locked, you're fighting it, and you can feel it in your veins. You're just barely able to tilt your head and shake it and move your hand until eventually you can move a whole arm and start kind of like squeezing the bile out of your wound.
Yep.
And you are no longer paralyzed.
But it is the end of my turn.
Yes, it is. With that being said, nothing happens. Initiative count 10. Next allied turn.
I would like to take it.
All right.
I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on this guy,
Okay.
so he's no longer dying.
This individual is stabilized and no longer bleeding out. You see the blood that was coalescing at the neck and pouring out slows down and begins coagulating. It's a temporary fix, but a fix nonetheless.
Okay, buddy. You stay right there, and we'll protect you. And I'll just stand, like, right over him. Like, in the
Okay.
same space over this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. End of your turn. It is initiative count 6, enemy turn. The one that Jasnah fired at is going to act this time. And Jasnah, you're going to see now, really in full force, because it's coming at you, the unnatural speed of this entity. It's lanky and its body looks amorphous, and it shouldn't be able to move that fast. But it kicks off the ground and just boom, 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 and it's up to you before you even realize it. It's going to make 2 attacks against you. First one is going to be the claw. I doubt a 8 will hit you.
It will not.
Alright, and then the bite. Though I do believe a 18 might hit you.
It will, but I'm going to burn my reaction right now.
Okay.
As I'm going to focus in on these things that I can do now. And a shimmering glow will emanate from my armor and crash against the glass, causing them to squeal and crack against an arcane shield.
Okay, yeah. And the shield, much like your Eldritch Blast, comes up in a divine white light. And as the claws scrape against it, the ghoul wails a bit. And it reels back its hand. You can see that the hand it clawed at with, or rather, this was its mouth. Its head, there's a bit of singeing at the flesh around its teeth. And it kind of stoops down and writhes to try and find a way around it, but the shield moves to interpose between you and it. That will be its turn. The ghoul next to Farwin. One moment as I prevent an alarm from sounding. Alright, now that my masters have been put back to sleep, Vesper, you are between it and its prey. Farwin, you're not a priority target for it right now, so it is going to interpose onto Vesper. And it's going to take 2 strikes against you.
Quick
First-
question.
Yes.
How are we doing reactions for reach weapons? Remind me.
Outside
I
of your
reach
reach.
10. Okay, so no attack.
First one is definitely not going to hit you. A 6 for the claws. The bite, however, is a 15.
Yep.
Okay, a 15 hits you. Let me roll some damage. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is going to be 13 piercing damage as you dodge out of the way of the claw, but the claw is the arm is just so long, it wraps around and pulls you closer to it so that it can gnash into your shoulder, and the teeth sink deep into the flesh. No paralysis roll, just a lot of pain.
This wasn't no sweater, you fuck.
Alright, and with that, it is an allied turn.
Do you want a Juju?
No.
Alright, I'll go ahead and take it.
Alright.
I'm gonna say, alright, you handsy piece of shit. With bonus action, I would like to cast Branding Smite.
Okay.
Did that show up in chat?
It did not there for me, but I can always just look at the character sheet here.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, yep.
Okay, so that's the bonus action up, and I have to try to hit him.
Yes, you do. Please roll me an attack with your sword.
Yes. I bring it to low, and I'm gonna swing from left up to the top right. Hopefully, if I can hit him. That will be 23 to hit.
23 will... that'll definitely hit, yeah. Please go ahead and roll your normal weapon damage, and I already have the branding smite damage here.
Sorry, new character. Who dis?
Yeah, no, I feel that very hard.
Yeah, for real. So that's gonna be. Fuck yes. 14 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, 14! God damn! Alright, let me get that in here. As you begin swinging from the left and down under the arms, the blade radiates a little bit, and a burst of light comes out just as you swing up, and there is a wide, burning gash on the ghoul's chest. As it reels back even further, and it's hurting. It looks very, very in pain to you, but it's almost as if the pain doesn't matter. It's still very intently focused on you.
I'm going to lastly yell out. Once we take care of these two and get our new friend, we should move towards those whistles. Southeast.
Alright, yep. With that, it is Juju.
Yes, it is me, okay. Nervous.
Alright. As you get, like, within 5 feet, you immediately get hit with a rancid smell. It almost, like, makes you turn your nose immediately, but you're able to fight through it.
Ooh, ee. I turn away and then I take out my big old paintbrush and I turn it over to the pointy end.
Yep. Alright, go ahead and make your attack with your paintbrush. A 13 will not go for that one. As you flip around your paintbrush and go for an attack, the ghoul, it's kind of looking back and forth, its head creaking and clicking, and it just flicks over to you in time where it can, jump a little bit further away than your blade reaches and saunter back into where it was.
Boo. I think that's all I got.
Alright, end of your turn. It is initiative count 2. The howling that you heard continues and gets a bit closer. And that's all that happens there. And this round, you begin hearing shouting to the southeast of you. It's indistinct, you can't tell whose shouting it is, but you just hear voices shouting from the southeast. First turn, who's taking it?
I'll do it.
Alright, what you got, Vesper?
I will pull out my quarterstaff,
Okay.
and I will two-handed just fucking whack it.
Okay, you pull it out, just bring it down as hard as you can. Give me a roll.
18.
And 18 will hit.
D8. 5 points of bludgeoning.
As you bring it down, whack! The skull tilts down, and you see a visible crack in the skull through the skin there, but it whips itself back up, and that would have killed any ordinary person. How this thing is still on its feet is beyond you. Next allied turn. Unless you have anything else on your turn.
No.
Alright.
I will also take it. The one that Vesper was fighting, I mean, how battered does this thing look? Does it look like it's on the brink of going down?
If you're taking a look at it, I would say that it looks... It's bloodied. It's definitely bloodied, but it's not ragged and on its last legs, as far as you can tell.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna think about self-preservation, and Farwin is gonna be like, he's gonna go, This is serious. Ah! And then his skin will sort of ice particles will sort of burst forth from it. His wound will cover over with ice as he casts Armor of Agathis at 2nd level, gaining 10 temporary hit points and increasing his AC to 16.
Yeah, absolutely. As you just give it up, and the ice pops out around you, your breathing stabilizes a bit from what it was. You were breathing a bit heavy, but now you're more set back, and your focus is returning, and you can see clearly again.
Great.
Anything else from your turn?
I'm going to just reposition a little bit, probably to there.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
With that, I'm going to take it with the Ghoul Vesp here. It is... You just cracked it in the head. It's not pleased with you. It's going to make 2 attacks. First claw, not going to hit you. I'm not even going to say what I rolled. It's a 2. I said I wasn't going to say it, then I did. Oh well.
Yeah.
Second attack, 19 to hit. And does a 19 hit you, Vesper?
Yeah.
Alright. That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage as it, once again, it gets another bite in on you, and it just stays up close and in your face, and is trying to keep you as close as possible to it. Second ghoul, Juju, as you pull back your sword, the ghoul is going to lunge forward and take a strike at you. Does a 14 hit you? Alright.
Hey.
As the claw reaches out, it goes over your right shoulder, and you duck out of the way. It almost looks like it breaks its back to like stand at an angle and come down at you from below and try and bite at you. This time it's going to be a 19 to hit. Yes, a 19. Alright, so that will be 9 points of piercing damage as the teeth come up, and it gets you in, I want to say the left arm area, and pulls a chunk of flesh off of your arm there, and you're bleeding a little bit now.
Ugh.
Ow.
Oh, I was not even a push dock. Aha. It'll just snarl at you, spit it out, and refocus itself so that, because you're both kind of dangerous at this point to it, so it's trying to keep you both in its vision. Next allied turn.
I would like to take this one if that's okay with you, Juju.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm gonna shift over here and say, yeah, over here, Smelly.
Yeah, it'll track you with its eyes and kind of just keep both of you one claw near each. Please make your attack.
Do we have flanking in this game?
Yes, you do.
Hell yeah. Again, this time with the brilliant looking blade. Oh, I have a Bardic Inspiration.
Yes, you do. If you would
It's a
like to use that.
Is it a D6 right now? The Bardic
Yeah,
Inspiration?
D6.
Thank you. I will definitely take that. It's a 15 to hit.
15 will unfortunately just miss. As you... so what I will say is, did you roll the Bardic Inspiration die twice?
I did not.
So the way I rule Bardic Inspiration, Guidance, and all that on attack rolls is if you have advantage, you also roll that one twice and you take the higher number.
Yo. Twofer? Hell yeah, I'll take a twofer. Thank you.
We just never had a
very
bard in
kind.
our party, so I've never used that ruler.
Okay, yeah, no, thank you. That's very kind. Wait. A 17?
A 17 will hit.
Yeet.
Yay.
So as you are about to miss, you're doubting your hand a little bit. Juju gives you another look and just nods at you, and you You follow through, and the sword strikes true. Give me your damage.
I am a big, strong lady. And that, whew, okay. Wait, on these dice, on the D10, 0 is 10?
0 is 10. Did you
Oh.
roll max damage?
Yeah, 15 points slashing.
Gee!
Ooh.
As your blade comes into contact once more, you make an exact opposite strike to the one you made prior. A giant branded X on the chest of this ghoul. It begins pouring blood, and it limps down a little bit, its joints kind of cracking on the way. It's looking very rough at the moment. Still up for now, but rough.
Nice.
Next turn, Juju.
Alright, I'm... Ooh, a 19.
Did you roll at advantage?
With advantage, it's a 24, and it'll definitely hit.
Ooh.
Where are you striking this ghoul as you finish it off?
In the belly button.
Okay, so as you kind of try and angle and position, you close your eyes a bit and you stab forward, and you feel the sword take purchase, and you push and push. You open your eyes, your hand is up against the ghoul's stomach, and out the other end is your paintbrush's blade, as you are fully immersed in it. And for a moment, it's kind of like, oh, I did it. Oh, I did it! I did it! And then there's blood pouring over your hand.
I don't think I've killed anything before. Maybe a bug.
Push
The ghoul, bush dog. As you pull your sword out, the ghoul just it's gonna reach out for you one more time and try and grab onto you with the last of its strength. And as it gets its hand right up to where your face is, the fingers begin curling in and going limp. The arm falls, and the joints all begin cracking as it collapses. And on the ground in front of you is a dead ghoul.
Jasnah just on the other side, absolutely covered in gore because I was on the other side of that. Just...
Yeah, no. Blood just spurted out at you as the blade came out. And like there's like across the front of your tunic and a little bit on the left side of your face, there's just blood like right along there.
Just a silent, proud 1950s father like nod. You read it well.
With that, unless you have anything else to do on your turn, initiative count 2. The howling does begin to move closer once more. This time it's far more audible, and I would say that Vesper and Farwin, you'd be closest to it. You would begin seeing a little bit further down another shape coming from the north.
Okay.
It's not close yet, but it's coming. Initiative count 0, the voices you've been hearing shouting at you, or rather near you, become louder and more audible, and now you can begin making out distinct tones and words. You'll just hear, "Everybody over this way! The west! Come on!" And as it keeps going, you hear a couple of footsteps running, and rounding the corner, Vesper, you can feel 60 feet behind you, a taller, broader woman wearing leather armor and a plate mail shoulder. Helena has arrived on the battlefield. She's currently off the map until the next round. First allied turn.
I'll take it. I'm gonna move into flanking position behind this ghoul. I get flanking bonus despite my reach, right?
Yes, you do.
Sweet. I'm going to first attack with my blade, with my glaive at advantage.
All right.
Nat 20.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now I will ask you, and I will let this be individual for everybody. You can do your crit one of 3 ways, and it is going to be your choice, but you are going to have to live with that choice after you make it the first time.
Ooh.
You can either roll, get the total, roll and double the dice, I should say, and then add your modifiers. Roll double dice, or roll 1 die and have another maxed out die. So if your glaive does, does your glaive do a D8 or a D10?
D10.
D10. So first option, you roll the D10, you roll an 8, double it to 16, and add your modifier. Second option, you just roll 2 D10s. Third option, you roll 1 D10, add 10, add your modifier.
Okay, but you wouldn't get the second. You wouldn't get the modifier twice.
No, you don't get the modifier twice.
But that's only for the third option, whereas the other ones you would.
Other ones, I believe, I think just crits in general in 5e, you only get modifier once.
Well, isn't the third option just the best?
Yes.
Technically
Yes,
speaking,
indeed.
yes. It's up to your preference of whether you want to roll more dice or do more.
I do like rolling more dice, but I also like doing the thing that is best, so I'll do that.
All right.
So that is 5 plus 10 plus 4.
So 19 points of
19
damage.
slashing damage.
All right. As you peel the glaive away from your side and put yourself into a stance, you have a moment of focus, a deep breath in, and you stab forward. You pierce directly through the chest of the ghoul. Vesper, through Basil's eyes, you can see
Basil's
the
not
tip
out.
of... What's up?
Basil's not out.
Oh, Basil's not out. You can't see this then. So the glaive pierces through the chest of the ghoul, and directly where the heart normally would be, your glaive sits. You twist it once in there and pull it out. The ghoul wails and begins limping down a little bit further, blood gushing out of the wound.
Is it defeated?
It is not yet defeated.
That's okay. I'm going to use Polearm Master to use my bonus action and deal a little bit more damage. So I am rolling
Alright.
with advantage.
Whack it again. Whack it again.
22.
A 22 will hit.
And this is 1d4 plus 4, 8 damage.
8 damage.
Bludgeoning.
Please describe your second attack, as this ghoul is knocked flat unconscious / dead. Well, I say unconscious. It's a ghoul. It's dead.
Yeah. So I spin it around, jump up, and just do like a big overhead thwack, and the whole ghoul just sort of, its head hits and then it falls over and flattens prone, basically. Like it's not flat,
Yeah.
but I sort of hit it to the ground like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to describe this from Vesper's point of view. Vesper, you've been feeling the battlefield under your feet. You've been keeping track of where things are, and suddenly Farwin's feet disappear, and you don't know where Farwin went. You heard the ghouls scream a little bit, and then you hear one big crack and feel a giant reverberation through the ground right where the ghoul is, and another thud on the ground as it hits, and a quick second later, tap tap, 2 feet drop back onto the ground. And now the ghoul in front of you is on the ground, head fully crushed in now, dead.
And then Farwin just turns, and the sound was coming from the north.
The sound was coming from the north, yes.
The allies are coming from the south.
I run 30 feet north,
Okay.
looking at the ready.
You take your stance and you run forward, and now that you run, you'll be able to see. Let me get it on the map here. Crossing around from the corner of a building, a ghoul at the end of the alleyway.
And I'm just gonna yell, "There's one more!"
All right. And with that, next allied turn.
I'll take it.
All right.
I'm going to, knowing that Helena is behind us, drag the unconscious person back.
Towards where she's coming from.
Yep.
All right. You'll be able to get half your movement, 15 feet, as you drag this person back.
Okay. And can I sense any baddies within 60 feet?
Within 60 feet, no. The furthest you can feel Helena and one or two other sets of footsteps behind you. You can feel Jasnah and Juju. You can feel Farwin in front of you, but there's nothing else you can feel.
Okay, I just say, get this guy somewhere safe, please. And then I'll use my action to move 30 feet towards Farwin.
Okay. Do you avoid the dead body or do you step on it?
I step on it, I guess, because I wouldn't really know that it was there. Yeah, I just step on it, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. You feel a crunch under your foot as you step on a ghoul bone, and your foot is a little bit wet now, but none the worse off, and you are right there at the end of your turn. Any turn, ghoul is gonna go. Ghoul can get within range of Farwin, as, again, the unnatural speed bursts forward out of it, and it is going to lead with a claw. Oh, that's a natural one. Please, do you still have your reaction up?
I do still have a reaction, yes.
As it gets within 10 feet of you, it's going to lurch a bit, and you'll notice that one of its feet has been injured, and it's trailing behind it a little bit, regardless of its speed. Please make an attack of opportunity.
Cool, yeah, I'm gonna try and sweep that leg out with my glaive.
All right.
18.
An 18 will definitely do it. In lieu of doing damage, you sweep the leg, and the ghoul will fall flat and grasp at the dirt, trying to get itself, closer to you and up.
Perfect.
It will end the round prone on the ground in front of you.
I'm gonna just yell, "It's down! Finish it off!"
Alright, no other ghouls are coming. Next allied turn.
I guess I'll go.
Alright. So I will say, in stepping away from where the ghoul was, you would have seen where Farwin ran off to. And you would hear Farwin yell like this. There we go. That should make things a little bit better there.
Sweet, I can move. I think I actually have like one more space I can move up.
What's your movement speed?
35.
You actually, I think, have 2 more squares. 5, 10, 15, 20... You actually have 3 more. 3 more squares you can move.
Wow.
Fast.
Because I got hooves. Anyways. I'm gonna yell at this one.
Okay. We're gonna make a wisdom saving throw for it. What is your DC? 14?
14.
Well, 7 flat will not do it, so it will take 4 psychic damage, and what do you yell at it as it does?
You're a meanie! Don't touch that boy!
Again, you'll see, as it's on the ground, it's just... And you see it bash its head into the ground as your words are in its head, as if it just does not want to hear them. What else on your turn here?
Farwin, are you hurto?
A little bit, but I'm okay.
I mean, I
I'm
will
missing,
say,
like, 14.
in character, you will see clearly that there are blood stains on his clothing, and there is a big bite mark on one of his shoulders.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Farwin.
All right. A warm wave of energy washes over you, Farwin, and you feel a little bit of your vitality come back to you. Your wounds begin closing up, and that 7 hit points is yours.
Sweet.
Next up.
I think that's just me.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, seeing everyone run and cursing a little under my breath, I'm going to make pursuit. From here, is this a low thing that I'm in front of?
Yeah, it's just a low little trough of water. You're in more of a marketplace setting right now, so it looks like it's a place where you could tie up a horse and it could drink.
Okay, then from here, I'm going to go ahead and take aim. I'm going to try to blast it.
Right.
It's prone.
Currently, yes.
Okay, so that's disadvantage then. Unfortunately, I don't think a 9's going to hit it.
No, even on the ground and injured, a 9 will not hit it as you try and aim the blast, but with the line that you're in with Juju and Farwin, it being on the ground, it just kind of blasts over it, and there's a pock mark in the ground to your right, Farwin, as you see a bolt of white and black energy crest in front of you.
I'm going to quickly get some of this water and wash my face off with it. Just a splash.
Yeah, you splash water in your face and wipe it down, and you think you get most of the blood off. You look down in the reflection, you don't see any blood on your face. You see the trails of what was blood, but now it's all starting to wash away with the water.
It got in my mouth. Oh, it's in my mouth.
Alright, with that, coming up closer now, and because I don't have a token for her, you'll see Helena come up to this square and take one knee, and with a hand crossbow, she's just going to angle around and just say, "Kid, you better fucking move!" And she's gonna start shooting at it.
I like that she's a 1920s Chicago cop now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She will hit it here.
Are you rolling disadvantage because it's prone?
I am. I rolled a 14 and a 13.
Ooh.
She has a +7 though, so she rolled a 20.
Helena.
So that is going to be 9 points of piercing damage to the ghoul as you see a bolt chunk into its, upper neck area, and it will writhe a bit, and she will quickly just fiddle with the mechanism, pull back the string, load another bolt, and aim one more time. And, yep, that will also hit. And you'll see Farwin, the second bolt will shunk right into the forehead, and the ghoul will stop moving altogether. And there'll be just I shouldn't say altogether. As it strikes into its head, the hand will again begin balling up, and the arm will move back towards the body, leaving a fingernail trail in front of it, as it is no longer alive.
I put my glaive back on my back.
Helena's gonna just run up. You all okay? First of all, I told you to stay inside!
If we didn't come out here, that man would be dead.
Oh, fuck, it's Frank. Frank, just... this isn't good. Andre, come here! And she's just gonna, motion for somebody to come from behind her. and you will see a boy around the same age area as Farwin, a little bit shorter, wearing leather armor, come around a corner holding a dagger and a hand crossbow with a medium-sized satchel on his back. All right, kid, you tend to him. I'm gonna see if there's anything else. You lot stay right here. Do not leave. Understood?
Helena, you have one more of your townspeople. I do not believe that he's breathing or alive anymore. Around the corner from here.
Oh, Christ. And she'll whip around the corner and just... You hear her just kind of let out an exasperated, groan as she goes down and checks the pulse and tries to administer some first aid. And you see her hand glow a little bit as she does and try and pump it into them. Damn it!
He was already dead when we got there. Sorry.
And she's gonna point at all of you. Do not leave. And she's gonna start running around, and you can hear her footsteps as she checks the surrounding area for any more threats. You'll see the younger boy, Andre, from the bag, pull out a small vial, and open up the man's mouth and pour it in. And you'll see the man just kind of sputter a little bit and begin kind of coming to a little bit. Oh God, my knee. What happened? I don't know what happened.
Were you out past curfew?
I was just in my yard and I was making sure that my dog did his business somewhere outside the house, and I was watching my dog, and I was about to open the door to go back in, and can't remember anything past that. And then he'll look around, and he'll see the dead ghoul a little bit off and go, "Oh, fuck." This is a commoner. He'll just absolutely lose his dinner right next to him. Oh, God, that is not anything that is under Melora's grace. Oh, God.
He puked out?
Yeah.
Jasnah almost reflexively turns away from the water and just loses her dinner.
Oh no! You're all sick!
Are you okay? Were you poisoned?
No. I can't see that. I can see it. I'm sorry. Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
He's just gonna... my kids. I needed my kids. Are they safe? And the boy will just go, "Yeah, they are safe. You need to rest. Just..." And he's gonna put on his best impression of Helena. "You stay here. And I don't think you can move around much anyway." And he's gonna turn to the rest of you. "I don't know any of you. You look really hurt, though." And Basil's still in the mouse pouch.
Yeah.
He's gonna point right at you. You don't realize he's pointing at you, though. "Are you okay?"
Should we go back to our blanket fort?
I want to. The not so nice lady told us not to go anywhere, but she also told us not to be outside, and we saved a life, so I don't know.
She was totally talking to him when she said not to go anywhere, though.
Was she?
She was...
Yeah.
You... All of you. and him, and you. And he's gonna walk up to you, Vesper, and he's gonna put a small vial in. Just drink this, okay?
Is it poison?
Why would he give you poison?
I don't know you.
You're really weird.
Thank you.
And he's gonna give you that, and Juju, he's also gonna give you one. Farwin, he's also going to give you one. Just drink those. You're gonna feel better.
Sniff it.
Yeah, if you uncork the vial and sniff it, there's a bit of an earthy smell. The liquid shimmers a bit, in more of a vibrant red. It's not blood, I can tell you that much. I don't know if you've ever experienced a healing potion before this, but it smells medicinal in nature. You can tell.
Farwin's gonna hold his nose and then drink it. Oh, this tastes gross.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to taste good, as when you drink it, you regain 8 hit points.
I'll pocket mine.
You really should drink that.
Why? We're not doing any more fighting right now.
Yeah, but just do it.
But I don't want to.
Well, then give it back.
No! You gave it to me, it was a gift.
Fine.
Fine.
It's for your book.
Fine.
Are you drinking it or giving it
I'll
back?
drink it.
You get 7 health back. After a quick minute, you see Helena run back up from the north.
She runs fast.
Looks like that's all of them. At least over here. Now, once again, I told all of you.
Is that normal around here?
No, it is not normal. It is very not normal.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I have to say, you kind of undersold it with, oh, just don't go outside, things are a little weird.
Well, yeah, that's because we didn't know that there were going to be a bunch of ghouls in town. If I had known that there were going to be ghouls in my city, then I would have told everybody, under no circumstances are you to leave a room that is not in the inn or the town hall, and I would have been in one of those 2 buildings. Everybody would have been in 2 buildings.
So you
Yeah, that's a
don't-
good plan. You should do that next time.
Yeah, you don't know where they came from?
I've been getting whistles all over town. This is the 3rd group of them that I've had to deal with. Or
Wait,
rather,
what happened to the bell, by the way? I didn't hear no bells.
Yeah, well, I would have rung the bell if I hadn't been fighting ghouls. And you'll see that she has some wounds that are beginning to heal over as well.
You know, asset allocation and management is a skill that, delegation of duties, so not one person is solely responsible for everything.
That's what I was going to say. You should have a guy that just rings the bell.
Do you have a bell guy?
You need a bell guy.
There are less than 70 people that live here. No, I don't have somebody to ring a bell.
You can have a bell boy or a bell girl.
This is true as well.
I would love to stay here and banter with all of you. As much fun as that sounds.
What kind of
I-
angry to me?
I will lead all of you back to the inn for tonight. And I will talk to you in the morning, so that whatever you know, I can use to figure this out tomorrow.
Do you need an escort home?
Do you
Is
want
that
to
joke?
come in our blanket fort with us?
No, it's not a joke. It's dangerous out here. I'm just asking you if you would like an escort,
Oh,
She's gonna look around. She's gonna look around at the 3 people who were injured and you and just go, I'm good. And she's gonna point over at him. We're good. I'm going to stay nearby so that you can get back all right. And then I have to go back to patrolling.
Oh, so you're giving us an escort? That's so nice of you.
I think she just wants to see our blanket fort.
I really don't care about the blanket fort.
Well, I think you're really missing it.
This is getting an earful later. Okay, come on. And she'll start whisking all of you, like, pushing you towards, the inn.
As we're walking away, and it feels like the danger's over,
But yeah, currently you are out of danger.
I chuck my fucking sword as hard as I can the other direction. Swear, and I keep moving.
So you begin walking west, and
Do
you
you
stop
need
for
a-
a second. You turn around and you throw the sword. Give me an athletics check real quick.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, just it's an 18.
Okay, with an 18, all of you will see as Jasnah reels back her arm, the muscle flexes a bit, and poof, the sword disappears into the night. You hear a metal clang off in the distance, and Jasnah, as you're just about to turn around, the sword reappears.
I'll dismiss it with like that shooping sound.
Yep. And from the tip down, it will, the same way it appeared, just mist out of reality.
That's a cool trick. Can you do it again?
No. And I start walking.
You can only do it once? It's not a very good trick then.
As we walk, I'm like, my quarterstaff is actually quite long. It's almost like a walking stick. And with every step, I tap it on the ground.
Okay. You all get escorted within 100 feet of the inn. And Helen will just go, I'm going to watch you from here. Get in. Just get inside.
Good night, Helena.
Yeah, be safe.
You know where we
It's
are.
pretty dangerous out there.
If you need us, we'll be here.
In the blanket fort.
I will be totally fine. Thank you for your concern. I will talk to you all in the morning when I have had some sleep. And you can all tell me everything you know about this. I'm assuming you know nothing, but just in case.
Okay, sweet dreams.
And as you all re-enter the Barley Beholder, Havis is kind of pacing back and forth. And as the door swings open, he goes, "Oh!" And he holds up like a dagger, and he just fucking,
Oh,
Shit,
That's-
sorry, I forgot the knock.
yeah.
and he'll
I'm very
slam
sorry.
the dagger down on the counter.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ, you are all. Ah.
Which one of
Wiggle
you
around.
is one of us called Jesus?
No.
What?
It's fine. We say Frank.
Yeah! Frank
Wait,
alive!
Frank was outside.
Super outside, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
that's-
very outside.
Oh, listen,
He
I'm-
almost died, but it was okay. He's okay. These kids are okay too. So don't worry about Frank.
Y'all need. You're gonna get me in trouble.
I think
I
we're
can
already in
fe-
trouble.
I
Fortunately.
can feel Helena yelling at me from across town.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she said she was big mad at you.
which is really silly because she should be big mad at us. I don't want her to be.
We saved the townsperson.
We
She
did
should-
save Frank.
We saved
He would have
Frank.
died.
That man, I felt his heartbeat. It was almost gone.
Okay, if you need us, we'll be in the blanket fort.
Well, yeah.
Barwin crawls into the blanket
Can y'all promise not to go outside again tonight?
No.
Please?
No.
What if I said pretty please?
Pretty no.
I don't know. I think we should probably stay in. I think the threat is over now.
Don't have to tell me
So-
twice.
I'm just waiting for word from Helena. And he's gonna just put a stool in front of the door and sit on it. I'm just gonna sit right here. And please don't.
She went to bed, so you shouldn't wait for her. And I pull out Basil and put away my quarterstaff.
Oh, I mean, she definitely ain't at bed yet. I can guarantee you, she's running around like a mad woman.
No, we're pretty sure she's in bed. I said sweet dreams, and then she walked away. So, you know, hopefully she's dreaming sweetly. That's what that means.
Well, y'all need to. Yeah,
Juju, why aren't you in the blanket fort?
Oh, I'm sorry. And I get in with him.
Fairwind's already in the blanket fort,
Just Farwin and Juju at this point.
and I say, "No, young boy, excuse me. I did not see you clean your glaive. You cannot go to bed without cleaning that glaive first. Come, out now, out now."
Oh, I can help him, and I'll prestidigitate his blade.
Yeah, it's clean. And then the like the pointy part of the glaive sticks out of the blanket fort a little bit, and then it comes back in.
Mm. Jasnah's gonna go to the. Do they have bathrooms in this world? Are there bathrooms?
yes.
I'm gonna wipe off all the gore from the armor.
Yeah, no, you take a moment and you wipe off all the gore, and it's. Ugh. Ugh, gross. You're able to get it off, though. And then, you're able to sit back down. Do you take your armor off at any point?
I did not. I promptly put it back on. I take let's say 3 silver pieces, put them on the bar, reach over the bar, grab a bottle, and wink at Hassan.
I'm just not gonna. You're not supposed to do that, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll just lean over and grab something for himself and just start drinking too. It's gonna be a long night.
I'll sit down next to the blanket fort and nod off.
Okay. Are all of you going to sleep?
I take my books and stuff out and I spread them back across the table and I have my journal out and I eventually just fall asleep on my journal.
Okay. Y'all get to sleep. And you are whisked off to dreams. Midway through your night. Vesper. Inside your dream, one word repeats in your mind. And then another. And then they string together. Find out. And it'll repeat a few times. Find out. Find out. Find out. Find out. And then one word. Secret. Nothing else odd about your night. You're able to rest thoroughly. All of you benefit from a long rest. Your wounds still tender in the morning, but healed over. You're restored from your previous day. And I think I'm going to call it there for the night. As you awake in the morning to Helena, kind of sunken eyes, swinging open the door. Avis, Too tired? Deal with this? You're in trouble. And that is the last line of dialogue for the night. Until next session.
Yay!
Yay.
Mad Mom.
Mommy Angie.
Please do not say the phrase "mommy Angie" in my presence. Jesus.
now we're banned on Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Immediate perma banned.
All right. Anyone have any closing words for the first session before I close it off here?
Boy, none of us are lawful, huh?
I mean, I am technically, but
Listen, the law told you to stay inside, and you did not listen to the law.
I asked James about this. I was like, I want to be a good person, but I want it to be based on my morals. So I was like, am I neutral or am I lawful? And he's like,
Yeah,
it's up to you. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to
So
you, but that's probably more neutral.
All right,
Well,
then I'll go.
if it's your code of laws, then
well,
And yeah, I'd say it's more neutral. The laws of men do not apply to you.
yeah, you got your own codex, but the lawman did not mean much.
All right, I'm gonna switch it to neutral just to
Yeah.
make more sense. All right, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so much for coming around for the first D&D session. And we'll be doing this every single Wednesday. Otherwise, Wednesdays will be a normal stream, and you'll get to have fun with us every single week. Thank you all so much for coming out for the first one. I'm sorry if it was laggy in the middle there, but I think it was fine. I'll see. But yeah, thank you all so much. Bye bye. 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 Whee!